Facebook. I know y'all not live yet, but what's up? All right, so we are live. Oh shit, I didn't even realize that. Welcome to the Vegas Bitch Mobile Podcast. All right, we're live. Jeremy, setting up the camera real quick, and we're about to hit Facebook, and then we're gonna go. Thank you for joining in on this episode. Just to let y'all know, we're going over boxing today. If you did not watch any of those fights and did not know the results, shouldn't tune into this because we're going to tell you what's going on. I'm just tweeting this out right now to see if maybe we can get some. What tweet am I on? Oh, I can fleet this too. I can fleet it. I've never done it. So sweet. It's like the new fucking YouTube shit, like a Snapchat. So Snapchat is something that disappears. Snapchat's something amazing. Yeah. So Fleet is like that. Can I get it? I don't want to. I need to see if we can. Fleet. Done. Posting. Is that it? I can't send it. Okay, whatever. We're done with this shit. Okay. Is Facebook live?
Oh my God, 8 people.
Facebook's live? What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? Thank you for joining us. Jeremy, say hi to Facebook. Oh, well, now we're live. So, what's up? Welcome to the Vegas Bitch Warmer Podcast. I'm Eric. He hate me 702. This is
Jeremy with a G.
And thank you for joining us. It's so glad to be back. We missed last week because my girlfriend tested positive for COVID, and we were chilling at the house. I had to go get a test, which my test came up negative. I never had any symptoms, so we were quarantined. Now it's only 10 days instead of 14 days or 3 days after your last symptom. So she goes back to work Wednesday, even though her first symptoms showed up to Thanksgiving. And I went back to work today. So I was off for 7 days. She did lose her smell. That was fun as shit. Because she didn't, let me rephrase that. She had a very mild case. Very mild case. Like, it was a cold. The first couple of days, it was like a really bad cold. And then the last couple of days, it was like a really mild cold. But then she lost her smell. And that was kind of funny. She laughed about it. But, like, I forgot completely. And then completely forgot about it. So I come downstairs like, babe, that smells so good. She's like, fuck you, bitch. So it was wonderful. It was not wonderful, but it was fun. COVID is real. Make sure you wear your mask. And on that note, did anybody happen to see the boxing matches that was going on? Which one are you? All right. So, first boxing match we're going to talk about of course, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. So just so y'all know,
You watched the fight, so
I have no respect for what Jake Paul did to Nate Robinson. Okay? I don't want to hear this bullshit that Nate Robinson knew what he was getting himself into. Nate Robinson didn't know what he was getting himself into.
he knew he was getting himself into a fight, but his trainer didn't do a very good job.
The problem that they have was it was already Nate Robinson, if he won, would have been based off of pure athleticism.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that Jake Paul does this part-time / way for a living, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay. I have a problem saying that he does this for a living because he's not fighting any boxers.
Well, his brother does it for a living. I think Jake Paul just started.
Yeah, he's 2-0. Yeah, he's 2-0. Yeah, Logan Paul. Well, Logan Paul's only had 1 or 2 professional fights. So both of them are getting into this, and they found their niche. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Go ahead and fight who you want to fight. Fight, but just remember, calm that shit down. Like, I heard him say, "Oh, I want to be great." The motherfucker box real boxers. Like, Clarissa Shields will whoop your motherfucking ass. I don't know if you know who Clarissa Shields is. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She is the middleweight champion, I think, right now in women's boxing. I briefly read something saying that if he calls her out, she will put him on his ass. But I mean, fight somebody like he'd fight a cruiserweight. So could he whoop Canelo? And Canelo's not even. So I'm not even just. If you're gonna respect the sport of boxing and act like in the previews, oh, I'm gonna be a boxer and I'm taking this seriously. But then you go and call out Conor McGregor and somebody completely opposite that don't do boxing for real life. As a fan of boxing, I don't like what you're doing for the sport. I think you're fine being in your lane, but just say, hey, I'm a celebrity fighter. There's no problem with that. There's been many of celebrity fighters that have fought those stupid ass tournaments. And that's all that Danny Bonaducci fought in one. That's all they fucking do. But don't sit up and go, oh, I'm a real boxer. And you're right. And your fans may go, oh, well, he could whoop your ass. You're probably right. He outweighs me by like 50 to 100 pounds. I don't fucking know. He probably could whoop my ass. But I'm telling you, if I was a real boxer, I'd beat the fuck out of his ass.
I don't think he could beat my ass.
Right now, he could because he outweighs me. Now, you give me a year and put some weight on, I'll take on Logan.
I don't think he outweighs me.
No, you may. I think you can take him.
What?
Cruiserweight. So he's like
190.
Yeah, 185 to 200 if I'm not mistaken. That's the weight class of cruiserweight.
172.
Now, Nate, listen, Nate, buddy, I loved you as a basketball player. All you other NBA players, I've heard Evan Turner say it. I've heard Le'Veon Bell say it. Yeah, Mike. Oh shit, what's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? So Mike Leiser, I ain't seen him since high school. So just remember, what's it said about Nate Robinson? Damn it, I got fucking.
You loved him as a.
I loved him as a basketball player, but y'all gotta remember that you don't play boxing. There's a couple sports that you don't play. You don't play boxing, and you damn sure don't play wrestling. I used to have a shirt when I was a wrestler in high school that said you don't play wrestler. You play all these other sports. I also had a shirt that said other sports play with them, wrestlers have them, and it's our balls. But you don't play the sport. And who taught him defense? He hit him with the most ridiculous 1-2 combination I had seen. And Nate should have known this is a problem. This is a real honest to truth, God truth, I think. His trainer should have stopped the fight. Like, you should have stopped the fight after he was knocked down, before he got knocked the fuck out and put to sleep. They should have said no. No, the ref should have said no. No. So I don't know what y'all thought about that fight. I didn't think it was that great of a fight. It was 2 rounds. Jake Paul talked about how great he was and how you got to respect Nate Robinson for getting in the ring and how you got to respect him because he wants to be great. Also, I may not even dislike Jake Paul. I just don't like his fans because all over fucking Twitter, oh my God, the comparisons I saw with him and Ali and this, and oh my God, he's so fucking great. Look, stick in your lane, fight celebrity boxers. That's cool. Just don't disrespect the sport by talking shit and saying you're great and you're gonna be this. And when your fans start saying shit, put an end to that. Oh, I told everybody I was gonna be great. It takes a lot of respect. It does. You're 100% right. Now to Logan Paul. Because Logan Paul is fighting Mayweather.
I saw that.
What do you think about that? I want your thoughts because I'm talking a little too much. What do you think about that?
Well, you're the one who watched all the fights.
I told you to watch all the damn fights.
But I've been busy. Either sleeping or working.
For all the fights, it would have literally taken less than an hour.
That's less than an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, sleep I got.
Nate Robinson fight was 6 minutes.
Hey, I watched that one.
So what do you think of Logan Paul?
And I watched the Tyson.
Okay, so what do you think of Logan Paul versus? What do you think of the Paul and Nate Robinson fight then?
It was just what it is. I mean, it's a celebrity fight. I wasn't expecting much from it.
Did you expect Nate Robinson to get knocked out like that?
I mean, I didn't expect him to get knocked out like that, but his trainer did a horrible job training him.
Yeah, of course, the defense. No defense.
But
how much time did they?
Somebody said he only had a couple weeks.
It's like 6 weeks.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like 6 weeks.
But then, I mean, even in 6 weeks, you should be able to teach somebody.
Look, at 6
more
weeks.
Than one thing.
In 6 weeks, they had to teach him how to punch, how to slip, how to dive, how to put on his fucking boxing gloves. They had to teach him the normal basis of a jab, 1-2 punch, not to mention footwork. So, like, I mean,
I didn't see any footwork.
But that's because you can't get all that in 6 weeks. They were literally trying to teach him to stay in the ring. And the problem I think that they had was nobody understood that Jake Paul is trying to take this semi-seriously. by fighting celebrities. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, it was a BS fight. I mean, it wasn't that exciting. I can't stand Jake Paul.
The memes were amazing.
I don't know. I don't go on Twitter that
Yeah,
much.
the memes were fucking. They had a Nate Robinson challenge, and also the new Nate name was Nate instead of Go Night Night. Go Nate.
But I mean, for both of their fans, I think it was good. But it was it's another one of those BS fights like the fucking McGregor versus Mayweather. It was just.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what words I'm trying to use to describe it, but it was just.
It's a money grab. It's a cash grab. But in this scenario, they didn't get
really
paid
money
much.
grab.
They didn't get paid much at all.
Like now, it'd be different if they were doing it for charity or
Yeah.
raising money for charity. Then I'd probably be more interested in it.
Me too, but at the same time, I'm not going to be extremely interested in something that is a money grab.
But I mean,
now, granted, I was interested in the Tyson Jones fight.
Yeah.
But Logan, okay, let's go into that now. Logan Paul and Mayweather.
I think. I don't think it's going to get past one round.
Does anybody?
If it goes past one round, Mayweather let him get past one round.
Do y'all remember when Mayweather whooped the shit out of that kickboxer? See, people forget about this. Everybody just wants to go back immediately to the Conor McGregor fight. On January 1st, either 2019 or he got paid like fucking $3 to $9 million for a round and a half against a kickboxer overseas for the one that were starting their new shit. And this kickboxer is like the Michael Jordan of kickboxing. And Mayweather beat the shit out of this dude. Like, knocked him down, knocked him out. Mayweather knocked somebody out.
Wow.
And this is an actual athlete that's in combat sports, just like McGregor. Not tired. Didn't knock him out because he was tired. He knocked him out in like 15. He knocked him out in like 15 seconds. Do y'all know that all y'all doing is giving this man more money? And I'm okay with that because I'm a huge Mayweather boxing fan. Morally, I do not like him, but as a businessman and a boxer, I think he is amazing.
I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah. But you listen, Logan. I think this is a great. This is my issue. This is what I think is going to happen, okay? I think it's great that Mayweather is going to put him in his place because Mayweather is also pissed because him and Nate Robinson are friends. And he's not really happy about all the flack that Nate Robinson is getting from Jake Paul, from the fans. He even tweeted out, like, this is a time to be together and bond with him. Like, he's not very happy. He understands that as a unit, as a community, it didn't look very good after Jake Paul dropped him, as in the athletes, their community that they're in. You see what I'm saying? The higher athletes, the basketball players, the professional athletes.
But I mean, you couldn't expect much from that fight. I mean, for Christ's sake, Nate Robinson is a basketball player. You're probably a good street fighter.
No.
Well, I'm just saying. But I mean, well, you got Jake Paul who's been training. If you want to call it.
Yeah. He's been training. You can see it. He worked on it.
For months or whatever.
Yeah, he's worked on it.
However long it's
been. He's been training for a couple
And then you
years,
got somebody who's coming. I mean, what would you expect?
Look, I'm not to mention that Nate Robinson is also doesn't have a reach advantage. Jake Paul is a huge. Like, I mean, come on. If it was Ron Artest or Meta World Peace, you would expect Jake Paul to get dropped.
Yeah.
So that's. I just didn't like the whole. I just don't understand why it happened.
But the Logan Paul and Mayweather thing, I think, is, I don't know.
I think it's great for Logan Paul.
Oh,
I mean, it's great for
of
both
course,
of them.
It's going to be great for both of them.
Yeah, they're both going to get paid.
They're both going to make a lot of fun.
Logan Paul is going to get hurt and embarrassed, but he's not going to get hurt.
I mean, his pride's going to be hurt.
Yeah, but again, is it really going to be hurt? You've had 2 professional fights, and you're fighting the greatest fighter of all time, and he whoops you in the first round. How hurt can your pride be?
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah, nah. Now, imagine if you land, like, if he lands a punch on him.
But I mean, the only thing I compare it to is the fucking McGregor fight. He'll probably land one punch.
The McGregor fight is not as ridiculous as this fight.
No,
okay,
it's not.
It
really isn't. But
you've got to watch.
So that's the only thing really I can compare it to because I didn't see the kickboxing.
You got to watch that one. You got to watch that one.
But
that one's so funny.
It's just.
But yeah,
I'm not expecting much from.
I'm not either.
But I mean, it's good for both of them. They're both gonna make a shit ton of money.
They are.
A lot more than I'll ever fucking make.
A lot more than I'll ever make. And look, congrats to Jake Paul and Logan Paul for finding a way to cash in on your fame.
Yeah.
Just again, Jake Paul, slow your motherfucking roll. Just stay in your lane. Because I'm telling you, if you continue to talk shit, you're going to get one of these retired boxers to come out that are going to fuck you up. Sooner or later, you're going to call out the wrong person.
Well, maybe that's what he needs to humble himself.
There is no humbling. Then he's just done. That's what I don't think he understands. Like Logan Paul fought the YouTube, right? Cool.
No,
Jake,
KSI.
Yeah, KSI. Jake Paul. If a retired boxer comes out, or a boxer that's not even, let's say Andre Berto comes out, even though that's not even a great example in weight class, but I'm sure he can make that. Because Andre Berto weighs a lot less. But let's just say you have somebody that comes, Andre Ward comes out. Andre Ward comes out, fights you, fucks you up. You no longer have any celebrity pool. So all I'm saying is just calm down on who you fight, on who you talking shit to. And just calm down with the whole shit. Just stay in your lane. It was a very good fight. I respect that. I worked very hard. This and this and this. It's an honor for me to be in this sport. I'm going to continue to stay in my lane and do celebrity boxing. Fine. Don't tell me you're taking this shit seriously, because I don't think you are. Tyson Jones.
That was, I don't know what fight the judges were watching, but I don't know how they called that fight a draw.
It's boxing.
I went back and watched it, and I still couldn't make it a draw.
It's boxing.
I get it. It was a charity fight, but it's still that fight wasn't a draw. I can watch it back 100 times, and 100 times it's still not going to be a draw.
That's the problem with boxing. That is the fucking issue with boxing. You can't get an exhibition fight right when nothing's on the line. Everybody in the world saw Roy. Massive props to Roy.
Yeah.
But saw him literally hold the whole fight.
Yeah.
He did not stop the action. He was not counterpunching. He was getting some shots in and landing them. He was, but he was just surviving.
He was getting a lot of hugs.
He was surviving, and you called it a draw. Why? That's the issue with boxing.
Yeah.
That is, you had a fight that had 1.4 million pay-per-view buys. That is the biggest fight since I think that's a bigger fight than Deontay Wilder. So, and you fuck it up. So you had all the casual fans come in, and you can't, and then you're going to be, it's an exhibition. It doesn't matter. Then don't give a scorecard.
Right.
Let people score it at home and debate it and do all that shit. But don't come, it's a draw. What? And everybody knew, it's a draw because it's a money grab. No, somebody lost. Roy Jones Jr. lost. Point blank in the story. Now, do I have all the respect in the world? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I also want to say that's another reason why boxing is in the state that it is in right now, that you have two 50-year-old fighters that draw more money than the two fights that just happened the week before and the week after. For shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear, it's promotion, they don't fight the best. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear it. It's crooked, it's corrupt, it's bad as fuck when you have go back to Triple G versus Canelo. Like, you've seen this happen in real fights.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the first one. Yes, that probably was a draw, but a lot of people don't think it was a draw. Like, you've seen this happen in tons of the Medrick Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez, where Richard Steele stops it too early, even though that's not judges. Dana White has a thing that says don't leave it to the judges.
Yeah.
You see it in MMA. It is horrible. And I think that's why boxing is in the state. And it sucks because I love boxing. I don't love it as much as I used to,
right?
But I still love boxing. Now, would you like to see Tyson fight again?
I mean, I'd like to see them both fight again.
No. I don't want to see Roy fight again.
Well, I mean, they're both in their 50s, and Tyson's going to fight again.
Of course.
Tyson's hard-headed.
Of course. He's going to fight again.
He's going to fight again. I'm just interested to see who's going to beat.
Evander Holyfield wants him to fight.
I thought that's the fight that was, because when it first came out that he was looking for a fight, wasn't that the fight that everybody was talking about?
Everybody wanted that fight, but I mean, if I'm Tyson, I'm not doing that fight.
No.
I'm not doing that fight. I mean, I get it. I'm not. First of all, can we not act like Evander Holyfield he is slow, a lot slower than he used to be.
I think he just wants a bite.
No. He might. But I don't think that's going to be a celebrity. That there's too much on the line. Tyson's never like him and Lennox Lewis. That wouldn't be a good fight either.
Yeah.
But if you give him and like again, I don't want to say James Toney because James Toney is slowing down too, with getting punched like crazy. Oh, that's great. Ryan test positive for COVID. Yeah, that shit sucks. Wear your mask. So as we're not wearing our mask right here, but my mask is in the thing. So as soon as I leave, I'll put a mask on.
I have about 600.
Yeah, we have tons of masks. So I don't know if I want to see. I would love to see him, but I mean, who are you going to see him against? Like really, a lot of the heavyweights, they're not all there.
Yeah.
Like there's been a lot of pain that they've taken, and I mean, you have to have a name to draw to see who it is, and that's again, I think, why that fight was such a big draw because people thought Tyson was going to kill him.
Yeah, because I mean, back in their prime, everybody.
That wouldn't have been close.
It would have been.
It would not.
To see both of them fight in their prime,
Nope.
that would have been.
No.
That would have been great.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're not. No. In their
in their prime.
What prime?
Both of them.
What prime are you talking? Are you talking about Mike Tyson 80 prime before he went to jail?
Yeah.
When he was knocking motherfuckers out in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Where the closest Roy Jones Jr. would have fought him like fucking oh, what the hell is his name? Leon Spinks. Leon Spinks' brother. Michael Spinks. That's the closest representation of those two fighting each other. Tyson would have destroyed. Remember, Roy Jones Jr. was
we know Tyson would have destroyed him back then.
Yes, yes.
But it would have been a lot better to watch.
No, that would have just been a sacrificial
prime. Like in their prime, I think it would have been a more exciting.
It was just funny to me how, yeah, I get what you're saying. It would have been a way more exciting fight because there would have been more punches thrown. It would have lasted all but a round.
There wouldn't have been snuggle time.
It might have been. Roy might have still been fucking holding because he might not have had his legs.
He'd have been holding the mat.
Exactly.
Or the ropes.
Yeah, but I think the draw with Roy not having fought it forever, people thinking he was going to get killed. I don't think if you put Tyson against a whole bunch of people, it's going to be the same.
Yeah.
I think that kind of works out perfectly. Also,
but Tyson still looked good though.
This is what he did. But he hasn't fought in 15 years, and the last 2 times he fought, he basically gave up. This is the problem. People forget Roy Jones Jr. has not looked good since 2004, when Antonio Tarver knocked him the fuck out. Now, do you remember that? What's your excuse now, Roy? Yeah. Bomb! And then the next fight, Glenn Johnson. Bomb! Roy has not looked good since those 2 fights.
Yeah.
So I can't really get.
I don't know who he would fight.
They'll throw it up. I mean, Evander Holyfield, I think would be a great fight. I just think that's a real fight.
There'd have to be a lot of money in that.
Dude, they got paid. Roy and
well, yeah, I mean
Tyson got $1 million each.
They got paid, but I mean for Tyson versus Holyfield.
I
mean that one's gonna
look. All you got to do is put Tyson versus Holyfield. Snoop Dogg,
everybody in the fucking
Snoop Dogg.
Dude, Snoop Dogg killed it.
Snoop Dogg was so amazing on. Oh, he got basketball shoes on. You know what though? The more I watch back the fight with Nate Robinson, I know this is going back there, but there was a point in time where literally he got hit, and as soon as he got hit, the commentator said, "Good night, Irene," and it was like perfect timing. He's like, "Good night, Irene." I was just like, wow. Yeah, Snoop Dogg was amazing.
He needs to commentate more.
We were talking about this off the air. He can't commentate real fights.
No.
He can't. He could.
But shit like this, he can.
It would be fun to see him like commentate Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, but you can't take him serious on that because now you want real boxing fans don't want to hear him talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be amazing to have him commentate a lot of these celebrity fights, which in its own right is charity fights, whatever. Yeah. Fuck it, they're celebrity fights. They're not charity. They're celebrity. The only charity is to Nate Robinson right now because he got his ass knocked the fuck out. Okay, he still might be asleep. Fuck. Like, dude, Nate, I loved you as a ball player. You were amazing, but like after you got knocked, like, do you respect somebody the same after they get knocked out like that?
What's his comeback story?
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you probably lose a little bit of respect for him, but then what's the comeback story?
Like, let's say he just never boxes.
I'm all about comeback stories.
Let's say he never boxes again.
Then, I mean...
Like, let's say beforehand you saw him and you're like, dude, Nate Robinson, because he runs. You're a man. You're a great athlete. The way, and now you see him, you're like, hey.
You're a great ball player, but
Nate, that doesn't even come to mind anymore.
But
like when you Google Nate Robinson, you will no longer see him slam dunking. You will see him
knock out from Jake Paul. I don't know. I mean, I think he lose from some people a little bit of respect, but I don't think a lot.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Like no NBA player is going to lose respect. But I mean, okay. So how are you ever going to talk shit again?
You gotta come back for one more.
Hey, say something else, man. Shut up, I get Jake Paul and beat your ass.
Get that rematch.
Now, if
you need to get a better trainer, a longer camp, and ask for that rematch.
And gain about 15 pounds.
Yeah, grow a little bit.
Because in that rematch, if that goes longer, then that weight advantage may come into more as he's leaning on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he loses a little bit of respect for a short time.
Yeah, just explain when you found out he got paid $600.
That was crazy. I don't understand.
How you get paid $600 to get your ass whooped?
But you got one of the biggest draws from YouTube, and you both only got paid $600. Like, what the fuck?
Well, again, they were piggybacking on somebody else's fight.
Yeah.
They remember Logan Paul has way more followers than Jake Paul. So I mean
but I mean he still has millions of followers.
But again, it's funny.
But it's like,
and it's COVID.
There ain't no way I was taking that fight for $600.
Would you have picked?
I don't give a fuck if I lost everything. I ain't taking that fight for $600.
Well, he still gets like pay-per-view purchases. So he may get like an extra 10 grand off of that.
No thanks.
So you wouldn't have.
Motherfucker, you're Jake Paul. How many followers you got? How much money you got?
Oh, Jake Paul? Oh, but he's got to take that fight.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it off Nate Robinson.
No.
Jake Paul's got to take that fight.
You got to pay me, motherfucker.
Because he's taking this seriously.
Yeah, but you still got it. Motherfucker, you're loaded. You going to pay me, motherfucker.
They ain't paying you.
Somebody going to fucking pay me.
Look, you need to give me 15 million of your subscribers.
Like, look. We'll take 1 million of your subscribers.
And Jake Paul's probably got the rights to that video. So he's going to show that shit on his YouTube channel. And because it was only 5 minutes, it's going to get tons of stories.
Tons of. And he's going to make a shitload of money off of that.
A shitload of money.
Because right now, AdSense on YouTube is through the roof.
Through the fucking roof. By the way, remember to subscribe, like, share, follow. Tweet us out, all that good shit.
We need to get 1,000 subscribers.
So we can start making money. Well, we're just doing this to have fun, but if we make money, that'll be a lot better too.
Yeah.
So he did not watch these two fights, which I wish he would have. Because these fights.
I've had so much going on.
So Terence Crawford fought Kell Brook. Okay. Kell Brook was 39-2 going into this fight. His only 2 losses came to Triple G and Errol Spence. Okay? Errol Spence is who we'll talk about next. Errol Spence is undefeated. Okay? So only 2 losses came to both of them. He decided to fight Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford is like 37-0, 38-0 with 32 knockouts. But Kell Brook kept saying that it was he was the bigger guy and he was going to beat him. This fight was 4 rounds. Terence is from Omaha, Nebraska. I forgot where Kell Brook is from. It was an exciting fight for 4 rounds. That's like that fight would have just watching that fight right there. You saw like the commentators did a great job of explaining. Oh, you think there's nothing going on, but there's actually a lot of feinting and all this stuff going on, right? And he's breaking it down. And Bud went out there. Bud did his thing. Kell got him with that jab. He was hitting that jab, but Kell wasn't using like his size. He doesn't fight like a big guy, right? And then the commentator was like, "Hey, Kell's gonna keep making those mistakes. He's starting to let his defense slip, and Bud's gonna take advantage of it." Bud literally hit that dude like this. Bah! The guy went to jab, Bud just bah! And this is what happened. He didn't go to sleep, but he staggered back, almost fell through the ropes. Bud got on top of him, right? Ref came in, gave him a standing 8 count. Came back out, but fight over. Okay, 4 rounds. I think it took Errol Spence. I want to say it took Errol Spence 12 rounds to beat him, or 11 rounds to beat Kell, right? Errol Spence fought Danny Garcia. Okay, Danny Garcia. Errol Spence is a guy. If you guys don't know, he had the Ferrari a year ago that he crashed and got his body thrown out. Did you see that?
I heard of it.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
So got his body thrown out of the car. Let's see. So there's the car.
Shit.
There's the car. So just look up Spence car. That's his Ferrari. Okay. So that was his Ferrari. Let's see if we can find the video. Real quick while I'm looking at this. All y'all got to do, here it is. Oh, that's in the hospital. Okay, here it is.
Holy shit.
So wait. We got to go back. You will actually see him fly out of the car. His body slides down right here. So if they do it again, it's ridiculous. He literally flies and slides out of the car. So this happened October 2019, a year ago. See, there he is right there.
Yeah.
2019. He walks away with non-life threatening injuries. There's her again. There he is again. Walks out with non-life threatening injuries. Happens to come back a year later and beats Danny Garcia. Okay? In the fight. That was his first fight back. Danny Garcia is not a chump. Danny Garcia only lost 2 fights, but he's not a big fight guy. Like when he faces the elite boxers, he's not very good. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he beat him. It was a boring fight, but you don't expect much. He beat him, right? The reason why I bring these two up is because they are the 2 best fighters in the world right now. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. They both fight at welterweight. They both hold belts. It literally is like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. So let's see. So this is him meeting up. So when I stop him, I'm gonna say he was 2 weeks. He stayed out my So those two literally have been clamoring for a fight. And this is another problem with fucking boxing. Okay? Floyd, damn it. Terence Bud Crawford fights for Top Rank. Errol Spence fights for PBC. Premier boxing champions. Al Heyman and Bob Arum don't like each other. Even though it worked for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, that would make one of the biggest. It's literally a Pacquiao Mayweather fight. Yeah. Bud is ranked number 1 pound for pound. I think Errol Spence is number 3. They're both in their primes in the same division. They both fight southpaw. And the fight's not happening. After the Bud Crawford fight with Kell Brook, he basically said there's only 2 fights for me, Pacquiao or Spence. After the Spence fight, they asked Spence. Spence said, I'm not thinking about that right now. Listen, boxing, I need your help, okay? I really want to see this fight. Yeah. It would be 12 rounds. This would go back to Hagler-Hearns. I'm sorry, Leonard-Hearns.
Well, either one of those 2 fights I'd like to see.
Yeah. So the thing is, you're probably going to have Crawford versus Pacquiao or Spence versus Pacquiao and Crawford versus somebody else. I thought that the Kell Brook, if I had to pick who would win, Spence don't want the smoke with Crawford. I've watched a couple of Spence's fights. Spence gets stronger as it goes on. At one point in time, people did not want to fight Spence. That's why Marky Garcia stepped out. Spence also throws a lot of punches. They're very, very fast and smart fighters. But I just think Crawford's too strong. He's got that equalizer power.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like it. He does not look like it at all. Let's see. Can we get up the Crawford sprint? Just let me show you the Crawford knockout, so you can kind of gauge Crawford. The fight on the weekend was not good. It wasn't the greatest fight. With Spence and Garcia, here it is. See, they're talking right there. It is. This is such. Look, if you love boxing, this is a very good fight to watch because the commentators are talking or explaining stuff to you, like they're jockeying for position. Look at this. He started fighting at like 130 pounds. He's a naturally bigger 147 pound. They don't look bigger. Oh, after the fight, Kell Brook looked at his manager and said, "What happened? What did he hit me with?" And there's it in the fight. Yep. So please let me know if you guys want to see Crawford versus Spence. Let us know who you think would win in the comments down below. 36 minutes. Yeah, Arrow versus Spence. Arrow Spence. I said Arrow versus Spence. Spence versus Crawford. That's what threw me off. I was like, did I really just? I was replaying that in my brain.
You said it, and I'm like,
Spence versus Crawford. Let me know if you want to see that and how you guys would think. Let me know if you thought anything about. Look, by the way, I had Spence winning the fight 9 rounds to 3 versus Danny Garcia. I just don't think it was that great of a fight to talk about. Go back and watch the Crawford. I had Crawford winning the fight 2 rounds to 1 before the knockout. Let us know in the comment section below what you think about the Jake Paul and all that other stuff we went over with. Let us know in the comments down below if Jeremy needs to watch more boxing.
I probably should.
Let us know in the comments down below.
I'll watch the fights this week, and then on next week,
Well, what are we talking about next week?
I'll give an update.
What are we talking about next week?
I don't know yet.
So follow us on Twitter.
I've got to come up with something.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter at LV Benchwarmers. That's where we're going to tweet out our topics. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we're good.
Wait. Comment down below if you think that the Raiders versus the Jets game, if Greg Williams' call in that game was one of the worst defensive calls in the history of histories.
I don't care how we got the win.
I was loving the Jets win. I had to be 100%.
Don't give a fuck.
To be 100% honest, I had a good 3-sentence text message ready to send you. It was up. It was ready.
It's just like a Chiefs fan. You want the easy out.
It was easy out. What are you talking about? It was ready. We won't play you. It was ready. You guys got to win more games in the playoffs.
Look, if we're 7, you're 2.
But
guess who's playing each other?
You're not 7.
I said if we're 7 and you're 2, guess who's playing each other?
I'm just we are, but you're not 7. You got to get 7 first.
And then after you guys beat the Broncos, Kelsey gives a shout out to the Raiders.
Yeah,
because the Raiders are living rent free.
Nope, that's not why I gave a shout out to the Raiders. So Kelsey gave a shout out to the Raiders because Darren Waller went off for a whole bunch of yards. And they were calling him, nope. No, and they were calling him. That's why he gave a shout out, because they were saying Darren Waller might be one. And so he gave a shout out like, no, bitches, I'm still the best fucking tight end. That's why I gave a shout out. Yeah, he living rent free in our head.
Please.
What is you talking about?
You just got done doing a post game on the field after you beat the Broncos.
After everybody was talking shit about how Waller was doing great, which he was for the first half, and he had an amazing first half.
And you're going to come back and shout out the Raiders.
Of course we're going to shout out the Raiders in that one. Because he's like, hey, bitches, I'm still here. I'm the best. Fuck what he did. Fuck what he did. And remember, he's got 5 1,000-yard seasons. That's the first time in the history of the NFL any tight end has ever done that.
You want a cookie?
He's got 5 straight.
You want a cookie?
He doesn't have a cookie. He doesn't need a cookie. He has a ring. Same. I take a ring. I'll take that ring over that cookie.
You still only got 2.
But he still has one.
But how many we got? Wait, count them.
1, 2, 3. How many have you won in your lifetime?
It don't matter.
How many have you seen?
It don't matter.
How many have you seen you win?
We still have 3.
How many on your team right now?
I can't control when I was born.
How many
It
players?
ain't my fault I was born till 85.
How many members of your staff have a ring for a Raiders Super Bowl?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, Gruden does.
Not for a Raiders Super Bowl.
For beating the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
You said 4A Raiders
You're
Super Bowl.
100% right. Damn it. Should have rewound that. You're 100% right on that. I did say 4A Raiders Super Bowl. 100% right on that. Yeah, I was ready because my hatred for the Raiders was at an all-time high this week. And I think that's because I'm not hanging around the Raiders fan all the time. But it was up there. I was back to barricade the Raiders. And now it's back down because you guys play the Colts and I don't want you to get your
We haven't beat the Jets at their home since '96. So
everybody's beating the Jets at their home.
I don't give a fuck that they wrapped that bitch up and put a bow tie on it and hand delivered that motherfucker.
They didn't even do that. They hand delivered it, set it on your table, opened that motherfucker, and set it up for you.
And I'll take it.
I look, a win's a win. Oh, it just killed my joy. Like I was sitting there watching the game, and because I'm watching it on here, the score comes through first. You know, so I was like, "Shit, the Raiders won! How the fuck? What the fuck are you doing, Williams?" Like I was screaming, yeah. So, on that note, check out our prediction video, picks video that comes on a Thursday. Everybody that's on here, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, if you don't like seeing our faces, we have you for download a podcast. Buzzsprouts.
Yeah, but it's on Google Podcast, Spotify.
Follow our Twitter. We tweet out the link so you can get it and download it.
It's all over. Everywhere you can get a podcast, we're there. Except for Apple Podcasts. It did.
Oh.
You didn't see me get up and restart it?
No, I was waiting. And without further ado,
Put me in, coach.
We're out. Peace. Wait, who's the